Perfect, I have a Ragavan into Saga nonetheless, well, I have a Grazer for the Ragavan. Almost a devastating Saga, but Saga removal, but Spelunking plus Scapeshift to the rescue. I think I actually messed up by playing the Amulet. I needed that 1 extra mana, given that I have a Lotus Field in hand. If I hadn't played the Amulet, I would be I'll be able to get to 9. Seems like I don't die next turn necessarily. But not my brightest moment, I guess. I have a Grazer here, so TUS bounce land, Boseiju bounce land. It's not enough. Let me think. Alright, what if I Boseiju to Freeware Analyst? It's a Grazer. What if I get Mycosynth Gardens, Lotus Field, bounce land Boseiju? Well, then I don't have a monster. I think I can do it this turn. I just have to do it the next turn. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just kind of auto-piloted. And well, didn't die, but I'm in an unnecessarily tough spot now. Can kill the Fable so they don't draw a bombardment in their draw step. I think that's the best. And I hope to not die and then win next turn after this blunder. They shocked. Holy shit, if I knew their static prison was dying, then could I have perhaps played into that? put Analyst into play and then hope to have 4 mana. Interesting. Show the skulls, okay. Coś tam silnego? Bombardment, Monka Giga. Yeah! I died. RIP. At least I assume so, but I mean I have to die. So had I gone for Analyst just with a land untapped, and then I loop in their Unkeep, which if they have a Galvanic Discharge they stop that, but... Alright, too bad. Well played, opponent. Amulet was a top deck? I think so. I just played it for no reason. I thought, oh yeah, if they have a way to destroy it. But they don't run any, so I was just like, yeah, just in general. After all, I'm Scapeshifting with 4 lands and winning, but then I was like, holy shit, there's a Lotus Field in my hand. I'm actually short 1 mana to Analyst Loop. So I snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. RIP. RIP me. Wrong quote. How many sex quotes can there be? No quotes. Chat, don't ever mention Dismember, and I'm playing Dismember right now. Hypocritical much? I think I'll play Amulet first. Prompts him to maybe prison it. Just need to draw a land. No, I don't need to draw a land since I have GSZ, right? Just captured 4. 2 Lotus Fields in a cave. Get Analyst. And I'm probably good to go. Two mana might mean Throb and Charm or might mean Philia. Could play around Throb and Charm by GSing for a simply Titan, which seems good enough to me. I'll get 2 Vestiges and a Lotus Field, sack the Vestiges, get Titan, haste with Echoing Deeps, attack. Be ready to Scapeshift post-combat or at any other point in the future for actual Analyst looping. Alright. Is that reprieve? Sure. In that case, we can just kill our opponent. With a second Scapeshift, I think it's pretty deterministic, so I don't even need a cave. Let's just get 2 Lotus Fields and a Vestige to have more mana. Admirable Werther, friend. Oh no, I milled 6. This is a chat message. Seems like your favorite chat message format lately. Ultimate price. Didn't need to draw the pact. If I hadn't drawn the pact, I would have played another land with the Explore, then Scapeshifted to find Woodland to have the actual loop now. Woodland and the copy land. Not copy land. Search land, Urza's Cave. But I can summon Mr. Beast, so let's not pass on that opportunity, and it's gonna be the way I will actually win this game in the end, so. Okay. We'll type another chat message soon. Chat, take lessons from Ultimate Price and notice how many chat messages this individual posts. Am I supposed to keep this? I can possibly gain 4 life, but I go pass. I think we can do better. I don't know if this is better, but maybe. Would be nice to have 4 Ragavans, 4 Grazers against the Ragavan deck. Especially in those post-sport games with no Saga, a bit slower. Also would be nice to not throw games where you cast a Scapeshift and you win, but then you don't because you cast it for no reason. Or rather, you cast the Amulet for no reason. No, czasu nie ma dużo. Plaż. They will have 5, they will double cuts now. How did I do yesterday? I went 5-2. Unfortunately, in this game I need to get giga lucky and it might just be impossible. Well, that's a start. Can I draw Amulet? No. I don't know, John Star. I explore. I die. Alright. Pretty lame start of the tournament, but that's how life is sometimes, chat. This hand puts a Lotus Field into play on turn 2, and then it has no Amulet, Scapeshift, Titan, Mr. Beast. Doesn't seem like a hand that makes too much sense. This, on the other hand, is quite excellent. I'm happy keeping this. I think we'll put back a Golgari Rot Farm. Explore, excellent, agreed. Imagine if I had Rumble instead. Hand would be actually kind of the same. What did I win at Paprika Ash? An MH3 box, 2 other drift boxes, and some accessories which are not all that useful. But they enter my ever-growing collection of accessories of Magic the Gathering items. And a board game Splendor. I think that's it. What would I do if my farm rotted? Yeah. Feels like climbing this mound with geometry that makes it difficult to climb is not the intended solution. That's why I was hesitant at first. OG Splendor. Well, it's just Splendor. There was a 2015 Splendor and a newly issued Splendor, and I took the newly issued. Wonder if that's the difference between the OG and non-OG. No, then OG one, not Marvel. Do you collect Infinity Stones in Splendor Marvel? I would guess so. Misty mana, but it doesn't matter, I still have 9. It's good. We still have an extra Explorer, so... I can go to Yemen. I'm an analyst. Get on the plane. Against Ragavan Zoo. I would like a 4 of Grazer as well. I keep boarding in Tracker against them because I fear the Gruul stopping my ETBs. I probably should cut Mr. Beast. He's kind of weak against the ETBs and also Consign. Sylvan Safekeeper for the lulz, Dismember for the lulz, Otawara for the lulz, Saga for boarding out. Zeniths over a few Scapeshifts. Don't love Pact into the Gruul either. Cutting down to 1 Pact with Scapeshift in your deck is always a bit scary, so let's just go free GSZ. 62. Imagine playing for Green Sun Zenith in your sideboard and then you sideboard and you end up with a deck with all of your Green Sun Zenith in it. Not all of your Green Sun Zenith, but it's also above 60 cards. Kind of makes you question your deck building choices a little bit, but I don't know how to fix that. Let's play the Sylvan Safekeeper. So you can protect Sylvan Safekeeper. Turn to Ragavan. Why the Saga board out? Because people have a lot of Saga answers in their sideboards, just generally. I assume my opponent might have Consigned to Memory. I assume they're very likely going to board in Werthers. And I think my matchup is good. I don't need to risk Saga interacting. They flipped a Dismember, now they can kill my Safekeeper. That's kind of rude. So Safekeeper shining overall. Let's Spelunk. Place my Ragavan blocker in play. Thundering Falls. 3 blue-red lands? That's kind of crazy. Is this normal for a zoo deck to have 3 blue-red lands? That's so many. Let's Summoner's Pact. Probably should have played Spelunking first. I definitely should have played Spelunking first. Yeah. Just gave my opponent a window to interact. Make things a bit awkward for me. Expect Consign. Through. Sure. I wonder if I should board out Titans against this deck. Not Scapeshifts. If Doorkeeper Thrall is a thing, right? Guess I should have 4 Scapeshifts and just fewer Titans, because Titan is kinda bad. I guess 4 Grazer is not necessarily insane against a Doorkeeper Thrall deck either. Even if it blocks the Thrall well. But yeah, I should definitely just have 4 Scapeshift. Block like this to not die to Tribal Flames. Thank you. Also, I technically live. So indeed. Very good message. Sprawn, also Yakihon, thank you for the sub. Attacking with the Ragavan. I go to 1. Doesn't take much to finish me off, but there's a chance they won't. And then I'm mostly hoping to draw Escape Shift. Cycling Pest Control, alright. Solid. That's also a reason to board out Saga. Pest Control is kind of weak, kind of a big punish for Saga. Not that I expected them to play Pest Control really, but it's not that I hadn't expected them. Strong song choice. Indeed. You would keep Pest Control versus Amulet of Vigor. Yeah, I was just not really expecting my opponent to have it in their deck to begin with. Slightly unexpected. But not too wild. This is untapped, of course. Can replay the Safekeeper, right? Am I sold on Titan for Utrecht? Yeah. I am. Actually, I can get Analyst. Right? And then use Safekeeper to loop with Analyst. I'll have Boseiju and Otawara, so I can Boseiju and Otawara everything. You keep having finger in mouth, why smiley face? Thanks, I just bite my nails when I get nervous. I do that way less than I used to in the past. Thank you for your concern though. I was thinking, is Lotus or Analyst not an option here? I don't know, I haven't considered that fully, but can do this now. And that was a good question indeed. So no Lotus Field needed when Sylvan Safekeeper enters the battlefield. When has the chance Tidebinder in hand, well then I'll get fucked and die. Seems like they actually didn't though, you were incorrect. So I have to Boseiju everything or die to Tribal Flames. Gonna take a while, we're gonna sit there for a little bit. But you get the gist of it. Guess the important thing is to gain a little bit of life with Spelunking. So I don't even need to kill all of their lands, but I could. Boseiju cannot kill basics now. Safekeeper being impressive. I mean, it was nice this game that I just opened a random loop to me that I guess was kind of easier. You can also gain, well, not infinite life, but a bunch of life. With Spelunking. Yeah, there is a lot of gamers, of zoo gamers lately, that's true. I'm just looking for Valaku Dryad, not in my deck, so no. I'm gonna gain a bunch of life and then I'm going to be fine. See, now I put a cave into play of Spelunking, I gain 5. It's not infinite life because you're limited by the amount of cards in your deck because you draw each time, right? But why is it not asking me which Boseiju I want to keep? I guess that's actually the order. I put them on top, then I choose. Fair. When I see this, I think, how can you play any other 60 piece of paper? Fair. Pirapaparapu, papaparapu, paparapu, piripiripaparapu. Canister wins the match. Alright, Doorkeeper Thrall has been defeated. So yeah, I will try to trim a Titan or two the next time. So I stopped playing it at some point and I haven't really missed it. Maybe occasionally I miss it, but not too much. I think I should just lead on Saga. It's probably Necro. Could try to make constructs, but I don't feel I need to. Voidwalker. Voidwalker is really good against Amulet now. Now I can get 4 seasons. My Titan can get stolen. Okay, Voidwalker just shuts off Scapeshift entirely. A bit rough. Seems like the song is from some anime. Hope that helps. Soulguide Lantern forces you to have a little more first. You can... Like, it's gonna make your Scapeshift weaker and it might mess with your ability to Delirium. But you might circumvent that by just having like 2 extra lands, and then you grab your usual Scapeshift lands plus Growth Chamber and Boseiju, and you Boseiju the Soul Guide or Relic. So they exile your graveyard, but you do that before you sacrifice 2 your Lotuses, so you still get a good amount of lands back. Let's get Mr. Beast here. Should play around Disrupting Shoal, Soul Spike. Many Boseijus. I guess that's all I do. Concede. This was a 12-12. I could haste both an attack, so assuming my opponent had nothing extra, it would indeed kill them. So against Voidwalkers, I should bring in this member Otawara. 6 is not so great. I think I should trim Scapeshift. No biceps nie ma łatwego tutaj na mnie życia. That's 65, except that Saga is just great against Necro. Maybe I just cut Scapeshift entirely into a Voidwalker deck. Do I have any post-Opal unbanning list of Lantern? I played a few challenges of Lantern. After Opal got unbanned, it wasn't doing so great, but I think this was like one of the last ones I played. I remember liking Portable Hall, and then I started splashing pre-orders. But I don't know. Cyborg Emery was nice. Relatively. The issue with Lantern is that not many decks just fall to Ensnaring Brigade. In fact, you know, in nowadays Magic, every deck just does a lot more than just folding to Ensnaring Brigade, and Lantern needs the virtual card advantage from Ensnaring Brigade, your opponent drawing creatures that don't do anything, and that's just not the case. People have creatures that do stuff. So that's a problem. Can't lose to Breach though, right? Well, provided that you spend a bunch of cards on that matchup. But I don't think it's just a given that you wouldn't lose to them. Nowadays in Magic, old, yeah. It is what it is. No Necro. Dumpling Sphere. No green. Awkward. Guess I'll get Boseiju. 6 against Voidwalker is maybe not the best. Probably shouldn't board it in. No biceps na awatarze ma niezłego bicepsa, bickę, to prawda. Niezłego ma bica. Surveillance. Just surveillance are just incredibly overpowered. They do so much for so little. I die next turn. Do combat damage. Well, next turn, not next turn. But I can GSZ for Titan if I draw a Titan. If I draw a land. Deathball. Converted from a prime sub to a tier 1 sub. Congrats. Thank you. Congrats on your conversion. Oh wow. Surveillance hitting a creature. Giga value. And before drawing regular Titan and not having double green could be an issue as well, true. Coin deeps. Thankfully there is an overgrown tomb that my opponent has surveilled in play. It's not even necessary, but I think we're gonna perform a defensive maneuver. Why didn't it give us life? I just played it from my hand. It only gives me life when I put it into play with Spelunking. It doesn't just always give you life. Am I a GSZ enjoyer now? 4 is a lot in the board. It is, but it's just my generic card to swap Sagas or Scapeshifts for if I deem those bad post board. I still have, I guess, even more cards in my sideboard typically though. Even more cards in my sideboard than I need because I end up with a bigger deck post board, but you get it, right? Co ja miałem zrobić tutaj? 9, 7, 8. Best I can do is just 4 life. Which puts me on 9, which means I'm not dead. Probably gonna cut 6 the next post-board game. It's too bad against Voidwalker. If there existed an infinite amount of functional reprints of Spelunking, how many more Spelunkings would Titan play? Probably 6 total. 7 total. Would be hard to fit them, but I think Spelunking is a great card. Reprint 1 on a creature, that would be truly incredible, actually. They did print that one card that does a funny thing to your lands. Green creature, basic. Costs 4. Root Path Purifier. Lands you control and land cards in your library are basic. Damn, it's a 3/4 as well. I guess that doesn't really do much in current Amulet, but are basic what? They're just basic. Basic bitches. This is a trick. Soul Spike. That card is not modern legal, it's from Commander. Alright, we blocked around Soul Spike, did not die. Jeden, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Would it fix Blood Moon? Honestly, I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it because the Blood Moon rules are so rude. I bet it would just be some timestamps bullshit. Actually, maybe not. Yes, dependency makes it always beat Blood Moon. Holy shit. Modern Horizons 4 Root Path Purifier incoming. Would I actually play it to beat Harbinger as a GSZ target? It's not the best, but maybe. This is a turn-free victory. If my opponent doesn't interrupt me, so let's hope they don't. I keep... Like, I don't plan to interrupt my opponent, so why would they? Opponent mulligan to 5. 4. Eugen's Lab. What experiments is Eugen performing in his laboratory on poor little Eldrazi's? Oh wow, such a bad ramble. They chose District. Will I attempt to interrupt with Boseiju? Yeah. Since I have a spare one and I don't like... I can just make it so that my opponent cannot Mycospawn me. And next turn I search for an amulet, play Vestige, get to 4 mana, Scapeshift for 2 amulets. Analyst, return everything. I guess playing a Vestige was a tiny bit better for the next turn, maybe. But we just want my opponent to not be able to make a spawn next turn, which they won't. They could still make a spawn and fetch Ghost Quarter, kill my Saga. Is then Scholem. So they have one card in hand, it's Kozilek's Command. I'm guessing. X3. Dajcie rogale i hajs? No, dawajcie kurwa rogale. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If I had another Vestige in my graveyard instead of an extra Boseiju, that would be actually so much better for me, baby. My Analyst and my opponent Kozilek's Command. Oh, actually, they don't get to 13, right? They only get to 12, so they need land plus Emrakul. So I think I actually prefer to Titan than to Analyst into a pretty obvious Kozilek's Commando. You can bounce their Talisman as well. I think if I bounce the Talisman, that puts them on very few outs, maybe none. Seems like Canister wins. Maybe they didn't even have the Kozilek's Commando, but just played as if they did. I think I board in 6 against Eldrazi's to play around Stonebrian a little bit. Or Kozilek's Commando hitting my graveyard in some spots. But I have no cards to board out. I guess I'll just bring in one GSZ. Borrow downs, I sometimes bring it in, but I don't think it ever actually matters much. Gobbnik, thank you very much for joining the Canister Register, broski. Welcome. Gobbnik. This hand seems like a giga keep. I go Saga Amulet, and then seems like I should be able to Scapeshift at some point. Pretty well. Oh, they have devoured their destiny. Hanweir Might and Stonebrian are exiled. Wow. Sen is cracked, sort of. Like, I don't really have a payoff, so... Well, I have the Scapeshift, but... It's not clear how cracked it is, and they did put... They did exile all of those cards, so they are drawing something better. Eugen's Lab. Or maybe they needed mana. They probably found Labyrinth, right? 4 mana. So now I have a shit ton of mana. But I think we just chill. And next turn I likely get him up. And I can make 6 for 10 mana, 12 mana, map for Titan win. Alright, Stonebrian. So they probably capped because of that, but what they're gonna name, right? It's always kind of funny to see. Hi, I'm new to Titan and building the deck in paper right now. Immediately fell in love. Enjoy. It's a tough deck to play sometimes, but it's very fun. So yeah, I activate Stonebrain and just wonder what to name. I choose Primeval Titan. Alright, bro. That's fine. So I think we have a deterministic loop from the cards I have in hand already. Available. I guess I will just find Mr. Beast? No. That's worse. So if I find map and I go Lotus Field, go to 8 mana. Explore, go to 6. Play Echoing Deeps, copy Lotus Field. Get Analyst. Scapeshift for Woodland. Then we can get back to T West. Sounds good. So let's add green and blue. One more amulet just to make sure. So I think even if I mill the pact with Analyst, I'm good. Although it's gonna be annoying to combo off online, but we can Boseiju everything, yeah. I did not mill the pact. Place the triggers on the stack. I just use Scapeshift to get Mr. Beast and then probably timeout, putting all of those triggers on the stack as I have triple amulet in play, but you know. No Titan needed. Cultivator Colossus. Like, I wonder if those spots is actually correct for my opponent to name Primeval Titan or not. Does it actually make a difference? I had a game against an Eldrazi player last weekend at the Paprikash event where I was almost dead. But my only out was for my opponent to actually first, for some reason, not kill my Spelunking with their World Breaker, which they didn't. And then my out included them also stone braining my Titan, so I can draw an extra card because I needed to rip Crumbling Vestige, and Scapeshift, but I only had one draw step. And my opponent did all of that and I actually ripped the Scapeshift and Vestige, and it was kind of funny but also crazy. So like they like explicitly won because they Stonebrained me. Also because they didn't kill my Spelunking. Which they could have, but they didn't for some reason. I mean, not like Eldrazi has many good options against Titan. Well, sure, but you could also just not board it in, right? Also, when I play paper, at some point I just tell my opponent that I will not miss the amounts of color mana any longer, and I just stop tracking them, and they always agree to that. I bet an overzealous judge could have some issues with that, but so far nobody has called me out on that. Torpor Orb would have been better. Well, not really. If I assembled hand is great. Scalding Tarn, Mountain, Street Rave, that's hollow one. Faithless Looting, how many hollow ones, chat? Place your bets. Two, you lost the bet. I was about to set an elaborate ploy type situation here where I would give the person who guesses the right amount of hollow ones 120 play points, but I didn't get to do that in time. I'm probably safer if I deploy the Arboreal Grazer. Can do it next game. Alright, if my opponent places a Burning Inquiry or similar in play, next turn I'm not gonna give them priority. So you can guess, chat. So I guess I'll do it this way so that my hand is the least likely to get messed up by another Burning Inquiry. Because I have 2 bounce lands and 2 threats, so hopefully I'm not gonna lose both. Both of either. Vengevine. Chat, Hollow One is such a cool idea for a deck, but it's just so bad. It's just so incredibly bad. Currently. Do you think someone in chat will make a Hollow 2 joke over the course of this game? Probably not. Chat has been awfully quiet lately, and oftentimes an entire game can go by with not a single message, so Now, if you ask during Grand McDonald's times, then there would be 5 jokes of this type. But those are long gone. Mr. Beast putting 5 lands into play. Let's play on. Sounders Pact. Holy shit, bro. I'm sure someone will make a joke. I heard it through the Vengevine. I don't get it. What are the odds that my opponent is playing Blood Moon? Through the Grapevine. Never heard this statement. Single. 66. Credence Clearwater Revival. I heard it through the Grapevine. Let's go. Vintage League. Let's go. What a deck. Monument to Endurance. Workshop Bazaar deck. The ultimate solution to the vintage format. Law of Patchwork Gnomes. Ovalchase Daredevil. Incredible. I need to play this deck, chat. Let's download it. But let's not forget that we have to sideboard. I have 50 seconds to do so. 2 Blood Moon. Pick your poison surgical. Let's board in Forest. Maybe even Force of Vigor if it's like a hollow one moon deck, right? What a hand. Let's mulligan it. What a hand, let's keep it. This one is actually great. Here's our Foodbag Amulet. It's a mono red deck, it can't kill Spelunking. And I just gonna Grazer turn 1, right? Seems better than putting back a land. Alright, chat. Guess the amount of hollow ones my opponent is going to put into play this turn. If you guess correctly, you will win 120 play points. If many of you win, then it's gonna be a bit rough. But I think I'll manage. See, suddenly there are so many of you in the chat. Alright. I'm drawing a line. No more guesses count. 1 hollow one. Alright, seems like it was just one. Veil, Mitchell Sox, Scravagy, and Yellow Hat, and Uguziano. You all win 120 points. Congrats. Give me a minute to deliver them. Congrats, Yellow Hat, yeah. I can't win these things, I think. Well, too bad. You're getting a code, so you better pass it to someone else. You don't want Mr. Daybreak to be extremely mad at you. I think all 4 have been. Miss you too, Mortadella. Alright. Wait, did I miss you? Scrava G. Dobra, Mortadella, you get points as well. Now, Scrava G, I'm not sure if your code hasn't been used by anyone else, so let me know. Alright, gifted everyone. Let's Spelunk. Let's do Scapeshift, that's good. Let's put a bounce line into play. Bounce back Boseiju so that I don't need to be afraid of a Blood Moon coming. Next turn. Goblin Lore, sure. Blood Moon discarded, lucky. I mean, actually I had it covered, so it's not even really lucky, it's fine. Let's kill the hollow one for lulz. It's actually unlucky if you think about it, true. Good point. No, Mr. Beast is gone. Suksa just losing to every Polak today. Classic Polak behavior. To beat Suksa. O kurna, Polska górą to jest z Pudzianem przecież emoticon. Super. 10 free kill every game. It really is all Amulet does nowadays. Just 10 free kill. How come no Delirium? I guess I can add instant. This code is not valid. Dobra. Let's gift you another one. How about this one? If not, you'll have to wait till... Actually, no, you will not have to wait. Well, maybe you will. We'll see. You might have to wait till April to poke me. Too many of you guessed one hollow one exactly. But I guess Yellow Hat could give you his code. If he hasn't given it away to a random individual already. Nie dam się nabrać na Toxerkuwa. Redeem on my account wizards.com. No, you redeem it on Magic Online. You go to store and you go enter promo code and you click redeem. I guess you have two now if they work. Imagine if they actually had a 1 mana instant that just wrecks me here. Which I don't know what it would be, but maybe Autumn's Chant. I don't think Autumn's Chant actually does anything though. 1 mana instant speed Blood Moon would be an issue. No, actually it wouldn't. Autumn Chant. Unfortunately, opponent just left to do something else and I Boseiju them, so now I have to wait for their decision. Could someone help me understand Titan in 2025? Before it was just answer Titan / Amulet and you probably win. Yeah. Now you have to answer Amulet or Spelunking and you probably win, but not necessarily. And there's 12 of those and not just 4. So I actually don't know. Play Blood Moon or Harbinger. I guess you can do that. But don't. It's unfair. Oh no, I should have never Boseijud my opponent. Okay, they're here, they're searching. Not one. No, more stomping grounds. How many can they run? Sześć, 7, 8, 9, 10. Analyst looping. No scoop, no scoop. 6 in play. Holy shit, I concede. That's too much, man. I can't take it anymore. Good hand. Amulet Titan. Oh no, not a good hand. Oh no. Not a good hand. Can I mulligan? Your back went to get pizza. Was it good? My keep was foolish. If I've read the message from the bot. I would have not kept this at all. Spelunking. Ah yes, very interesting build. Malevolent Rumbla. Vampire's Vengeance is interesting, yeah. Well, I played plenty of Vampire's Vengeance. I mostly good against Boros though. And there's not enough Boros for that right now, I think. It also used to be way better against Boros when the deck had Ring and Boros had Moon, because then you actually played that type of a games where it was helpful. I chose Lotus Field. We dead. Because they had Moon, you just spend your red mana to sweep then, play Ring, draw until Boseiju. That kind of combined well into a game plan. I did lose a die roll, yeah. I lost a die roll and I kept a hand that was not good in the mirror. Mr. Beast. This decides whether Titan is better with Rumble, right? Holy shit. I did not realize the stakes. That's it? Well, 6 mana, so they have 4 spells and... I have amulets. Spelunking doesn't stack with amulets, so... They only have 3 amulets. I Summoner's Pact. I get Primeval Titan. Alright, I understand that this is gonna lead to my demise, so I will concede. In the mirror, I can use Force of Vigor to destroy my opponent's things. I can use Barrow Downs, but I prefer not to do that as it sucks. Mostly. I think I can skip Colossus. And we can use Otawara maybe. Bouncing Urza Saga sometimes comes up. Are they making Modern Horizons 4? I would be surprised if they didn't. Mulligan. This is not a turn 3 win. Mulligan. This is a turn 2 win if I draw a bounce land. Turn 2 win if I draw a bounce land, but maybe I keep... No. I keep Explorer Mirrorpool. Yeah, I keep Saga Mirrorpool. Then it's just a turn 3 win. Turn 3 search for Lotus Field with map. Win. Of course I will lose to Force of Vigor if my opponent runs that and chooses to draw it, but they had won. Well, since I put back Explorer, a bounce land is not a turn to win anyway, so it is actually not so good. If I top deck a Lotus Field, that works, but a bounce land doesn't. Play Boseiju, play Amulet. Now this is awkward with Mirrorpool in my hand. Ever considered going to 4 Lotus? Not really. It's actually not great to draw most of the time. I think I played with 3 Lotus for a moment and it was too much. Maybe I played with 4 at the very beginning of the analyst lists, but I think 2 is just such a sweet spot. I think it was popular to play 3 at first. House played this many. So if I don't play the Mirrorpool, I will not win next turn, but if I make a Titan with maybe Boseiju, like Titan, Haste. I just have a Boseiju, but I'm better at beating this Boseiju. So maybe I'll draw something as well that turns it into a kill. Very aggressive. Please sounding song. Oh no, come on, really? The one draw step that actually ruined it. Didn't even think that I can... Like, didn't even think I can draw it. Well, I mean, I guess it's a turn 3 kill then. Welcome Moon and Star. Fire and War. And now my opponent probably Mycosynth their Amulet and maybe wins. It's modern fun. I have plenty of fun playing modern, yes. Whether you do or you will. Well, your millage may vary. Okay, you kill a god. I'm intoxicating in a sense. How can you kill a god? Not copying, that's odd. But that's also a good sign. When is the return to Hidden Strings and Pioneer? Not soon. Well, copying now and playing a Lotus Field is not a good sign. In fact, it's a bad sign. I'll search mine and just die. How crazy, just draw them up and die because of that. Literally worst possible draw. Like the one possible bad draw in my deck, perhaps. How do they deal 20? They deal infinite damage now. I guess you watch, I guess if you want to, and take a look at my opponent doing it. It is very easy to bond, not really. It's Titan, copy Titan, search for deeps. Well, I guess the Lotus Field is in their graveyard, so I guess what's the next step? Let's not scoop. Because normally they would search for... No, they have Vesuva in their deck, that's no problem. Not trivial with one field in the yard already. So, some lands can be in their hand. But you can Vesuva, Lotus Field and Echoing Deeps the Mirrorpool. After which you get a T-West and Growth Chamber, then you have 10 mana, Transmute, Analyst, get all of the lands back, Mirrorpool a Titan once again, get Shifting Woodland, Woodland Loop. I feel like in the dark against Titan, you're probably supposed to Stonebrain Analyst. As an Eldrazi gamer, might actually be a better plan than Stonebraining Primeval Titan. It's pretty terrible if they run Lumra. I don't run Lumra right now. They also need Woodlands plus Saga. No, they don't, right? Well, or rather, they will get it from the extra Titan trigger. But let them, I guess, perform the combo. Don't tell them the line. Yeah, maybe I'm just telling them the line and they're like, holy shit, I guess I know exactly what to do now because of my mind connection. My connection to the Mind Palace of Canister. Valakut. Okay. Haste. Well, I mean, that still means 2 hasty Titans attacking. I don't know. Let's wait. Like, let's see what they show me. Because clearly they have something in their hand which makes this a little bit of an issue. Vesuva or Deeps is in my opponent's hand. Most likely. Rumble. Finds Amulet, Primeval Titan, Forest Splunking. Didn't even haste both Titans, that's true. Wait, did they miss the triggers? What the heck? Deck is so hard to play, yeah. As we see currently, opponent revealed Titan, Amulet, Forest, and Spelunking with the Rumble. Chooses Spelunking. Didn't cast it. They could have Battlements in hand. Well, for a fact we know they don't, it's in play. In graveyard. Confused what's in that hand that prevented this being lethal. Well, Deeps or Vesuva, we know that. Or both. Bojuka Bog. Didn't they do like 10 mistakes? No, I mean, not really. Like, you have to kind of improvise if you have your key lands in your hand, but I'm not sure what they're exactly aiming to do this turn, so I'm just waiting. Wait, Bounce Bog? Search my Mirrorpool. Okay, so my Mirrorpool is gone forever. That's a bit sad, but it's actually Giga Wrath because I bought out Colossus. Is that gonna be a problem? Not hasting the Titan, just a misclick. And the Spelunking might be better post-combat for them, so not necessarily a mistake. But yeah, not hasting, just probably a misclick. I don't know if they mistook their untap triggers from Battlements. Lotus Field. If they Otawara my Urza Saga and die to their pack trigger, this is gonna be so funny. Chat. They have a pack trigger. I have packed question mark. Maybe I want to have Mr. Beast. Like, there's some spots, like, if villain boards in Bog, then there might be some minimal spots where it's good to have it. Any lands to board out? Otawara on the draw number 2, probably. Masterfully played Amulet turn by my opponent. Imagine farming an Amulet line against the Amulet guy. Yeah. Imagine playing that canister guy who all he does is just post Amulet videos on his YouTube channel and stream the deck 10 days a week. And he just like perform the biggest fumble of a turn in front of his incredibly big audience. This feels weak on the draw. Nah, they turn 3 Titan if I draw a bounce land. But I'm unlikely to win because my opponent's on the play. If I keep a hand like this. Could move to 5, but on 5 I have so few cards available. This hand has a hard time drawing something that improves it, except for Force of Vigor. It doesn't tank Boseiju well at all either. I think I'm supposed to mulligan. Odd keep against like non-mirror every time. Shitty 5, draw an Amulet effect and try to win at some point. Hanweir Battlements pass, let's go. I can go to Yemen. Not unusual for Titan to be 61 or more cards after sideboard. True, I've boarded up to 64 cards, plenty on the stream. I drew an amulet, I win. I duke. Seems like I would have been better off keeping my 6-card hand. Numa, Numa, yay. Numa, Numa, yay. Numa, 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 yay. I assume my opponent finds a Lotus Field and they perform actions and I die. Numa, Numa, yay. Numa, 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 yay. They just kept a turn 4 kill, maybe they had an extra Boseiju. Doesn't necessarily seem like it. Hello. Reisa, Numa, Numa, yay. Numa, Numa, yay. Numa, 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 yay. Alright, opponent, I'll give you the benefit of doubt now. No pact, so... Numa, Numa, yay. Numa, Numa, yay. Opponent 3-0'd us, I guess, yeah. Also lost Pride. Seems like there's no need to play Amulet on turn 1. Arena of Glory, let's go. You have a second Ocelot Pride? No, you don't? Wow. Raben Charm, exile or graveyard. If you want to play around that, then I guess we do that with by introducing Mr. Beast. Because Raben Charm can also kill Titan for 6 damage, so... But in this spot we play around it by Mr. Beasting. At the very worst, I just have TUS for another Titan after I have beasted, so I just make 1 billion material. Nice song, by the way, chat. I have to Urza, remove 8 lands, I have 10, okay, it's good. Mr. Beast will not suffer a drastic death. Why do you have Vestiges coming to untap time save? Yes, yes. I'll have enough mana, I just don't want to untap my lands more than I need to. Given that clock can be occasionally an issue. Can I concede your opponent is a personal friend and he does not want to be humiliated live? There's no humiliation, we're just gaming. It's a fair and square battle. So if my opponent doesn't want to be humiliated, then they can just win post-board games. Raven Charm played around. I make an analyst. Mill free. Sacrifice the copy. Checkmate. And now they try to Raven Charm, I sacrifice the other one. And I just loop in response. This is infinite line I did not know about. What infinite? Like I just... Well, there wasn't really an infinite... Well, there was the regular analyst loop. I just protected myself from a Raven Charm, right? But I guess, yeah, you can Mirrorpool your analyst. Give it enough mana instead of woodlanding your analyst. If that's what you mean. Perignon, thank you very much for the over a year of subbing. What's the reason Green Sun's in the sideboard? Well, I think it's a pretty good evergreen card to replace my main deck cards I don't want. So I cut Saga because it's easy to attack, and GSZ is a decent card against nearly everyone, so it enters my deck. Hopefully no amulet removal. I'll play Grove Chamber and 6. Titan. You can go ahead and Scapeshift for 2 Lotus Fields and get Titan into play. Well, I have 3 mana right now, so it's an issue with your line, but besides that, that's true. Since I drew Explore, I'll cast Explore first. If I draw another Amulet, it's gonna be a turn to win. But I didn't. When I play the Sex, I can block the Ocelot Pride, and next turn I go Crumbling Vestige, go to 5 mana. Scapeshift on 3 lands, get 2 Lotus Fields, and your favorite choice of a Magic the Gathering land. And get a Titan. Orim's Chant into the graveyard, that's crazy. Do all Borosners play Molten Rain now, or just Ginger? I think it's pretty common. Will I get Orim's Cantet? Is Orim's Cant any good? It's pretty hard to beat, yeah. At times. Not really, but a little bit. I'm gonna play around it slightly. So I'm just fetching like this to not be too committed. If my opponent had some funny ideas like keeping Orim's Chant until after I Scapeshift for the Lotus Field, put me in an awkward situation. Instead I fetched no Lotus Field and I get to keep a sizable amount of mana in play and I cast a Titan. So there's free energy, but pretty clearly there is no Orim's Chance, so we can just go for it. The Amulet 3-1 command should replace with daily 5 to challenge. Honestly, yes. That is the case in 2025. I will go to Utrecht, yeah. Nice energy deck, bro. Oh, I've run out the sideboard guide for Utrecht. There will be a map. I think I got my list into a place where I just like where it is. So it's not gonna change much from this. Somebody in the chat wanted me to retry